welcome everyone. I am Carney, Community Manager, and welcome to the weekly Generation Zero Death Stream. Oh, we have an echo? Oh no. That's not good. Huh. Alright. What about now? It's gone now. Cool. I'm very glad about that. How is everybody doing? I hope you're having a great week so far. I know I am. It's been exciting. I'm so glad to finally be able to talk about the next update. It's been in the works for a while, and we have some really cool stuff to go through, as you can already see. Maybe I should hide this until I've made my intro, so nobody gets distracted from me saying hi. But yes, we'll talk about these things in just a second. I'm sick. Oh, I hope you get well soon, Naked Mole Rat. Just woke up. Well, good morning, Waiting Leech. Good morning, Shifty. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you stopped by the weekly death stream. It's always a pleasure to have you all and to talk to you about the game that I am most passionate about. How's it going? It's going great, Tanuki. A lot of things to prepare for this upcoming update, and I am very busy at the moment, but good kind of busy. So that's what we're always hoping for, a good kind of busy. Night vision goggles, please. Could be cool. Not something we're looking into right now, but it's definitely something I've seen asked for before. Dry lips today. It's minus 15 degrees Celsius in Stockholm at the moment. So I have to continuously hydrate in order for my lips not to fall off. So if you see me do that, do not be surprised. No Flakpanzer yet. Maybe in a future one. When Jetpack release. Okay, now we're getting crazy. Okay, let's start out with the base stuff, and then we can talk about jetpacks and stuff. And Gripens. Fighter jets. Right, so, as many of you might have seen on our social media channels or on Discord, the next update is called the Three-Wheeled Update. And that's because it is all about the Flock Moped, or Flatbed Moped, as it's called in English, or as it would be translated to. It's releasing on the 12th of December 2023, so in just about 6 days from now. And the Flock Moped will be the main new feature in it. We have some other stuff that I will talk about in just a second, but that is the main thing happening in that update, and I'm so stoked. It's so cool. I played around with it a bit earlier to capture some footage for it, and it's just so much fun. Absolutely cool. I love it. Of course, the Flock Moped and everything else you see marked there under the update is free for everybody. And then at the same time, we will also have a paid DLC for those who want to give the Flock Moped some extra usability and some extra functionalities. It's update month for many games. Yes, it does seem like that. Yeah, we really want to get one more update out of the way before we end the year and start working on new things. Let the dog get on the Flock Moped. I don't think the companion can currently get on it. It's still kind of running along, but it would be really fun. Maybe if we have some free time in the future, we'll do an animation like that. I think synchronizing the position of the companion to the Flock Moped would be pretty difficult, but yeah, it might be something we want to look into. I don't think it's currently a thing. Will it have a flak cannon? No, it's not the same kind of flak. It's not the English kind of flak. It's flak, which is Swedish for flatbed, as Google told me about 45 minutes ago. And that's the main thing about it. I'll show you some cool other stuff that'll be included in the DLC, though. We have a touch where we can add different ammunition types for the doggo. No, the doggo only uses one ammo type, depending on the weapon that you give it. So it uses 9mm if you give it the SMG, and rockets if you give it the rocket launcher, and shotgun ammunition if you give it the shotgun weapon. There's currently no way of changing that ammo type. Okay, so the Flak Moped, as you can see, up there, it's there in all its glory. This is the blue variant. As with all the other vehicles, you will be able to get 4 different variants. When you, I think the blue one will be unlocked by default, and the other ones will be unlocked through loot. So it's the usual color scheme. Its top speed is 50 kilometers an hour, even though I reached 51 sometimes. So maybe you can get some more out of it, and that's of course on roads and while driving straight. So there is some variability to that statement. But yeah, it can drive as fast as the moped itself, while also carrying a friend in the front, which I think is really cool. And your friend can get on the flatbed. In fact, you can get 3 players on this flatbed if you really try. It's super fun and super wonky, but you can certainly try. You can get 3 players on there, and they can use their weapons freely. It's no interaction, just stand on it and start riding. We have new procedural mission locations in this update. That means there's no new procedural missions, but the existing ones will receive new locations where they can happen in order to give them some more variance. And the future ones will, of course, also profit from this change, where future introduced procedural missions will have lots of different places where they can spawn and where they can take place. So they feel more different each time you play them. Are there mounted weapons for the DLC? No, there are no mounted weapons in the DLC. We found that would be a bit over the top. We did give it some other usability, though. Generation Zero is meant to be wonky, that's why we play it. And I absolutely trust that about 5 minutes after we release this update, someone will find some way to launch themselves to space with this new feature. I have no doubt about that. I'm looking forward to all the footage that you that you show us where you do things like that. It's always fun to see. Can we have another clothing DLC? Now that's an interesting one. We would like to introduce some new clothes. We don't yet know whether it'll be in a DLC or whether there will be another way to earn these clothes, but we do want to introduce some new ones. There are still tons of possibilities for us to branch out into. Now, new companion names. This is something that I'm super happy about. I will give you some examples, but the main reason why I'm so happy about it is because my own dog's name actually got introduced in this update, and you can have it for yours if you'd like. And that's super cool that my dog is now immortalized in this game. The perks of being a game developer. If you want to be one, avalanchestudios.com/career or something like that. So, the companion names, I'm not going to show you all of them because that would be spoilers, but I'm going to read you some of them. So, we got, one second. Right, we got, for prefixes, we got sister, brother, and comrade, which I just think is so good. I'm definitely going to name my companion something with comrade after the update drops. Absolutely amazing. After we had the Swedish-inspired ones, we thought it would be appropriate to also give them some Soviet-inspired ones. I don't actually know if there is Laika in it. I have not checked that specific one, but that would absolutely make sense. Are there any Christmas events planned, like Hunter with Santa Claus cap or something other? I will get to that later. So we got the prefix sister, brother, and comrade. We got suffix or the name scrap, laser, and cuddle. So if it, let's in the middle column you got scrap, laser, and cuddle. So laser, absolutely cool, and cuddle will also be cool because you can have the suffix buddy where you can have Sir Cuddle Buddy or something like that. I love that one. And for suffixes, you got bandit, pal, and my dog's name Kimi, which is super cool. I love that. They asked around on Slack a few weeks ago and said, "Hey, which names should we add to the dogs? Do you have any dogs that can lend their name to the companion?" And I said, absolutely, pick mine. And they actually did it. Super cool. Comrade Laser Leica, something like that would be amazing. I really don't know. I really should have checked if they added Leica as a name. And if they haven't, I will definitely tell them to. Thank you for the suggestion there. I appreciate it. Right, yes, that's the new companion names. There are some more than I named. I think 21 new names in total, split over the 3 categories. And feel free to check them out after the update. The last thing in the free update, of course, as always, I just wanted to write it down again here, are bug fixes. Every update brings bug fixes, every update brings some performance fixes and crash fixes, and general things that let you play the game more often and longer if you'd like. And I'm super happy about that. For the vehicles on Xbox, I've seen that mentioned before. We are working on more fixes. I think one of them is in this one. One fix for crashes that happen in relation to vehicles, but the majority of them will be in the next update and the one after that. So we have a lot of crash fixes for Xbox planned, but of course they are not limited to Xbox. They are for all platforms because we want you to be able to enjoy the game without interruption. Can we have stats on hats and gloves? Not currently planned, but that's definitely a suggestion. If you'd like, please put it in the forums. That is forum.generation0.com on the interwebs. And we would really be glad if you could put that on there, just so we can really see how many people are interested in this. Just give me 1 second, and I will pull up the DLC items for you, because that is something I'm super invested in. So, okay, before we do this though, chat, guess which items or which modifications to the Flock Moped will be in the DLC. I've already mentioned there will not be any mounted guns in it, because that would be a bit too crazy, but you can still have your buddies on there. But what do you think? What do you think will be in that DLC? What would you like to see as a modification for the Flock Moped? While I look up here my DLC items so I can show them to you. Armor, a plow, good one. Jet engine, oh lord. Oh, that would go so fast. Turbocharged flatbed, storage, explosives. Now there's a good guess. Knut, RGB lights, exactly. Why is nobody else guessing this? That's exactly what you need on your on your moped is RGB lights, obviously. It makes you instantly better at the game. A big anti-air gun? Don't know about that one. Quieter engine, that's interesting, I like that. The stealth Flock Moped. Plundra box. Interdimensional portal, I like that one. Yeah. You can go to a parallel universe where the machines have never invaded. Rockets. A bat symbol. Not sure we'd be allowed to use that one. How many people are working on this game? I think it's around 25 at the moment. Reinforced armor. Okay, I will no longer string you along, and let's get into it. Oh, 1 second. Let me hide the text real quick. Ta-da! And the image as well. Ta-da! All right. So, this is the off-road Flock Moped. It looks really cool. Not that many modifications on it yet. You can see there's some chains and a pretty big tire there. It's called the Terreng Flock, which just means like off-road flock, which makes sense. And yeah, it can ride off-road just like the motorbikes can. That's its main purpose, and it can go really fast off-road. Why does that look less armored? Well, it's not supposed to be armored. That's not the armored one. That's just the off-road one. Some snow chains there. I like it. Love the tire. Yeah, they look absolutely badass. I agree. I gotta go soon. Where can I get a tick plush when released? Oh, it's already released, Tanuki. 1 second. If you type !make ship, if it works. I don't think it worked. Okay, I will just post the link in chat for you real quick. It is already out. I was gonna mention it later, but you can have it right now. Here you go. So, let's continue here. Yes, it's already out. Absolutely. Now, this is what people instantly asked for when I, on the Discord server yesterday, when I made the initial announcement. And I think it's just magnificent. It's so sturdy. It's got proper tires in the front. It's got this huge battering ram, reinforced with tick plates, of course. Wait, let me hide my cam real quick so you can really take in the beauty of this thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Such good work done on it. This is the Streets Flock, which is meant for, you guessed it, ramming machines. You can take this and, well, I don't know how many machines you can one-hit with it, but I'm sure you will find out right away. And I'm sure you'll have so much fun doing it. I don't think it has a sound system. You'll have to supply the sound yourself. If you want to play Ride of the Valkyries while you ride it towards an unsuspecting hunter, please do that. I don't think that's a built-in function. When are you releasing these? These are releasing alongside the update on the 12th, so in 6 days from now. So, this is the ramming Flock Moped. And that leaves one more left, which I think is just, at least for me, it's going to be so handy. This is the utility Flock Moped. And as you can see, it's got a shovel strapped to it. You can't dig holes with it. That shovel is decorative, sorry. But it also has workbench on top of it. In fact, it has 3 different areas you can interact with it. One is a storage box, a plundra, that gives you access to your weapon and utility storage. One is your recycling, where you can scrap weapons and equipment that you don't need. And the third one is the consumable crafting station, where you can craft consumables, ammo, and of course augment your weapons with the designs that you collect. So you can have this as a kind of mobile base that goes with you, and that you can use to get rid of your carry weight on the go without having to drop something and fast travel. It is so handy. How do you unlock the vehicle and the different variants? So, okay, let's talk about that for a second. The default Flock Moped will be available to everyone. You can collect it at Nydala safe house, which is close to the first safe house in the farmlands, just a bit east of it. And you can collect it there, and then you can use it. As for the different color variants, I'm not sure where they're available, but if it's anything like the other vehicles, it'll be through looting where you get different colors. But I can gladly reconfirm that later on. As for the other variants when it comes to utility, these are included in the Reinforced Flock Moped DLC, which will be available also on the 12th, and it will cost, let me add that to the screen. Oops, that's the wrong one. $6.99. So that's what's in the next update. I gotta go now. Thank you so much for stopping by, Tanuki, and I hope you enjoyed your tick plushie. I can already see myself try to put 1 or 2 portable machine gun turret in the base model. It's possible. There are ways you can place things in there, not natively though. So normally you can't place anything on the flatbed of the moped, but there are some ways, of course, you can get stuff in there. I've already done some testing. Y'all know that I was a player of this game and the beta tester before I started working, so whenever something new comes out, I find lots of different ways to use it in the way that wasn't intended, and and break it in some cases as well. So the other variants are DLC. Yes, exactly. So the ramming Flak Moped, the utility, and the off-road Flak Moped are DLC. They're all in the same pack together. So if you buy that one, you get all 3 variants. How come the harvester doesn't drop fuel if its purpose is to harvest materials? It's that is a good question. It would definitely maybe make sense for them to do. I don't know if it's the same kind of fuel or if it gets refined by them into a fuel that wouldn't be usable to us. But I can absolutely bring that up with our designers and will do so. Because, as you might know, we have been looking into different ways that we can make crafting materials available, and have been listening to a lot of player feedback where you think that it's not intuitive how you can get them, or you just don't get enough of them. So we are looking into some changes that could make it a bit easier and generally available for the players. So this is definitely super valuable feedback that I will pass along. Storage bike is base update. No, it is DLC. Like I said, utility, that's the storage bike as well. That's the utility bike. Utility, ramming, and off-road bike are all DLC. The only one you get through the update without the DLC is the one in the top right there. The wood is the most struggling trying to acquire. Absolutely, Fury, and we have heard you on this, and we are looking into different ways that we can present you with some wood without just giving it to you. You'll still have to go get it, but we are looking into different ways that we can add more wood sources to the game. Yes, it's like the motorbikes, exactly. For now, Leech is absolutely correct. If you recycle some flares, they will give you 2 wood per flare. That is a pretty good way to get that resource at the moment. Chainsaw to cut down trees, that's not planned at the moment, mainly because we don't have destructible environment, and so that would be a different thing for us to implement and a new system really. So it would require a lot of time and effort that we at the moment are spending on other things. How to use the Flock Moped when it doesn't have storage? Well, I can answer that. You ride around, and the purpose of the space one is that you can place a friend of yours on the flatbed, or if you're smart, you can place some other things on there as well. But the default flatbed is empty, so you can carry around some things. Use your imagination and you can get some really cool combat outcomes with that. But the main purpose is you can ride around with friends, and they can be on the flatbed, and they can use their weapons freely, which is just a fun co-op way to get around the map. You think we could put an auto turret in the flatbed? Maybe. Who knows? I am curious if you'll figure out a way to do that. And if you do, please let me know and send me the footage, because I'm looking forward to it. Does dropping stuff on the flatback work, or does the backpack go to the floor? I do not know, Mixu. You'll have to try that out yourself when the update releases. I don't currently know that. My friend and I have so many plans already of him driving me and me shooting things. It'll be amazing. I'm glad you're looking forward to it, Della. I think it'll be amazing as well. Let's get to the last point up here. The one that I haven't mentioned yet. The Tick plushie. I mentioned it, I think, in the previous 2 streams, that we are collaborating with Makeship to make a Generation Zero Tick plushie. And we've already started this. It started on the 1st of December. From between the 1st and the 24th of December, you will be able to order one of these Tick plushies from Makeship. And if 200 of them get ordered, they all get produced. They get funded, basically, produced and sent out to wherever you are. So it's a really good cause, because obviously we get some money from it, but you also get a really cute plushie for at home. The campaign is already 87% funded. I think last time I checked it was about 160. Actually, I have it open here. 174 are currently sold. So it's super close to 200 already. After 200, there's no upper limit. So after 200, as many as you order get sent. So there's no scarcity there. There's just a time limit, of course. But yeah, get your orders in if you want to have your own Tick plushie. I will post a link in both chats once more, just so you have it, and again at the end of the stream. It is so cute. Unfortunately, I forgot it today. I have it at my desk upstairs, but it is absolutely adorable. It is so cute. We love it. We will defend it with our lives. Any chance there will be upgrades to storage in the near future? With all the weapon pack editions, it's hard to store all my stuff. Yes, that's a good argument, absolutely, and we know about these concerns. We are considering different ways of doing this, where we allow you to store more things. There are, different ways that we can do it, so we have to very carefully evaluate which one is the best. Just increasing the storage might not be the way to go, but we are definitely aware of the feedback, and we are definitely going to do something about it. I don't have a time yet, though. I don't have an ETA on those changes. Can I just drag this in here and... Haha! See? That's what you do. You just try out things until something works. This is the Tick plushie. Let's make it bigger. Here. It's taken over the stream now. It is so cute. I absolutely love it. It has this little adorable face and these little legs. It's so cute. I will order one for myself as well. Would it be possible to have a storage for each character? That would be possible, Mixu, but that's not the way that it's intended. Because you're supposed to share that storage, so you can swap stuff between your characters. It's definitely chunky, that's true. That's intentional. We even gave it back the armor. As you might know, in-game the prototype ticks don't have that orange armor anymore. but we gave it back to them to make them a bit chunkier. And, of course, to make them more colorful. Otherwise, they would have just been gray. Will there be more accessories coming out in the future? By accessories, do you mean customization items? As in clothing items and piercings and all of that? Or do you mean equipment? Can you tell us what bugs have been fixed? I do not have a complete list here at the moment. I can name some though. For example, the bug where you have to spam the button to refuel your bike, that one is fixed. Of course, the inventory bug is fixed where you had some overlapping interaction boxes in the inventory. That one was priority number 1 after we released the last update that we fixed. And then we have some performance improvements, a lot of crash fixes that I won't name one by one because there are a lot of crashes and reasons for crashes to happen, and we fixed some of them. Do I have any other fixes at the moment? We also have some known issues that we haven't fixed quite yet. For example, the invisible NPCs is still something that we're looking into. That is currently stated for the next update after this. And the one where you get an Automatgewehr 4, the AG4 4-crown from every harvester, that one is definitely one we're looking into. And that I have personally reproduced, so I'm confident that we can fix it sometime in the future. We'll get around to it. Is there a specific bug that you wanted me to look into, where we are on it right now, and what's the status, and for me to track it? I'm very glad to do that. More NPCs, to feel actual war rebellions, NPC AI who track robots to fight them? Well, the sense that we're trying to convey in the game is that you are the last survivors. You're the rebellion, you're the resistance against the machine threat. And so in order to convey that, we can't just have the world be sprawling with NPCs, because that, is not the point. The point is that everybody has disappeared. And so we don't want to swamp the game with NPCs. If it makes sense for us to add a new one or multiple new ones, we won't hesitate to do that. But we won't just put NPCs in there so there's more NPCs. Hello, Virus. Long time no read. I'm so happy that you're back, and I hope you're having a great time. Have you heard about the new update, Virus? The 3-wheeled update. The new vehicle, new procedural mission locations, new companion names, and some bug fixes. And of course, the reinforced Flock Moped DLC. Always fun. I like the AG4 bug. It's an easy way to get gun parts. That's true, Sierra. That's true. But unfortunately, it's something that a lot of players have expressed their frustration about, and hence we want to fix it. And it's, of course, not intentional behavior. But as long as it still persists, feel free to use it for your own advantage. 5-crown PVG cannot install Silver Scope Scout. Yes, that's an important one, and that one is also fixed for this update, as far as I can remember. Yes, our designer looked into that and found some underlying issues that were also affecting other augments in connection to scout rifles and sniper rifles. So if you were affected by any of those, they should be fixed now. Or after the update, please let us know if they are not. Hand C4 stick in flatbed, and I can go boom. Well, you will have to find that out yourself, Vex, when the update drops. Like I said, there are a lot of possibilities of things you can do with the Flock Moped and with the flatbed, and all of them are incredibly fun. and creative. And I can't see, because I know you're gonna do 50 things that I didn't even think about, even though I already had 50 things in mind that you can do in connection with this new vehicle. So I'm super looking forward to seeing what you are gonna do with it. And I'm sure you're gonna show me. I'm sure there's gonna be YouTube videos and YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks. I can't wait for all of it. It's gonna be so much fun. How known is the bug that flamethrowers become useless in multiplayer? What do you mean by useless? What exactly happens there? I'm not aware of a bug with the flamethrowers at the moment. How many people still use the flamethrower? I don't know. I think it's a cool weapon. I personally prefer the bow though, if anything, because I'm a big fan of bows. I love using bows in all the games where they're available. I think, yeah, this is a very long Q&A now, but I was super prepared for that. I was not expecting to do a lot of gaming today because, of course, there's a new update coming and there's a lot of questions connected to that. If you have any more questions, let me know, or any feedback. I'm always open to that. Yeah, also, I wanted to address real quick the fact that this is the last update of the year. Yes, there's no more updates. We didn't just have a super quick one for the end of December, unfortunately. This is the last update. As for next year, we don't have a public roadmap, and I don't yet know if we're gonna do one because in the past, we haven't been able to stick to the roadmap so well. As you might know, game development is extremely, well, it changes very fast. And a lot of things change at the same time, and it's super hard to commit to a public roadmap. And then, you know, it's even harder for us and also hard for you when we don't manage to meet those expectations. And so I don't know if we're going to do a public roadmap, but we are going to talk about what we're going to do next year at the very beginning of the year. So you can look forward to, you know, January, February. January is a bit of a quieter period because a lot of devs will still be on vacation and taking a well-deserved break. But in February, we're going to ramp things up again because in March, as you might know, is the 5th anniversary of the game. We have some super fun stuff planned for that. I think it's going to be great. And then we're also going to talk about the rest of the year and how we're going to proceed with the development. Christmas events. How much should I say? I'm gonna say yes, there is a Christmas event. Surprise! For the first time since Generation Zero has been released, there will be a Christmas event, or a holiday event, I should say. It's not specifically Christmas themed, it's just a winter event. And there will be some fun things you can do in it, but I don't want to spoil too much yet. You'll see some teasers for it and some reveals for it on social media in the upcoming days. So be sure to follow us on Twitter/X, on Instagram and Facebook, and our Discord server. We'll have some reveals there. Would those community assignments from 2022 ever make a return? They are planned to return, yes. I will ask when exactly that's planned. Like I said, we had to shift around the timeline a bit. As you might have noticed, the roadmap that we posted a while ago wasn't 100% accurate. We had to delay some stuff into next year and also shuffle some things around. And so I don't know exactly when that's planned, but we are planning to have another look at the community assignments, yes. Okay. Some more questions. Look what we have here, another stream. Our favorite dev? Aw, thank you, Jackster. I appreciate it. Welcome to stream. If you have any questions about the text above me, then please let me know. In multiplayer, it happens very often that flames don't appear on targets and enemies take no damage but play the stagger animations. That's interesting. Is there a forum thread about this virus that I can link to our developer team? As you know, forum threads are the most concise and focused way for us to comb through a bug report and see exactly what's causing it, and for other players to also give their opinion or their experience with the bug, which makes it a lot easier for us to fix it. I would really appreciate it if you could make a forum thread if there isn't already one about this. Could the machines have a special Christmas look? No. That's not it. I would have loved to give them little Santa hats or something like that, but they told me very fast that that was not a possibility. This isn't related to the update, but how many hours do you have in the game considering you have played it since the early days? I have played on my private account before I became a developer, and after I became a developer, I've mostly played on my professional account. Some things change, of course, and you don't have a lot of time to play the game yourself. And outside of work, of course, it's difficult because you already have it 8 hours at work, and then playing it after work is a different thing than playing it outside of the company in general. In total, I think I have 650 hours, out of which 550 are on my private account and 100 are on this professional one. And yes, I've been playing since the closed beta in 2018. Will we one day find what happened to the missing population? Perhaps. Could be a thing, yeah. Maybe in 2024, who knows? Right. Okay. If there are no more questions for now, we can play the game for 15 minutes, I suppose. And of course, you can keep the questions coming. I don't have the Flock Moped on this PC, so unfortunately I can't show it off just yet. I will gladly show it off when the update is released. But we're just gonna run around for a bit, so I don't have to sit here in silence. I'm so stoked for the next update. The Flock Moped has been asked for ever since the game first released, because all the Swedes who, recognize the time that they grew up in the game said, "Oh, this is great, but where are the Flock Mopeds? Because you're on an island here, and that was the main way to get around on an island. Because it wasn't that easy to get a car out there back then." And we eventually said, "Yeah, that's a good question. Where are the Flock Mopeds? We should add some." That's how this came to be. And yes, we did not want to add cars. At the moment, it's not something we are looking into doing. Adding full-on cars or tanks, jetpacks, what other crazy ideas were out there. I've seen so many of them. That was not something we wanted to do at the moment. So we went for the I would say next best option, but in my opinion, it's the superior option, having having the Flock Moped, where your buddy can sit at the front, or even your 3 buddies can sit at the front and shoot at any machines you approach. And imagine if you have the ramming Flock Moped, and then you can have people in the front shooting and run your Flock Moped into things. Double damage. I'm so looking forward to it. We should really do a community stream for the first time after the update. Let's see if is next week. Yes, next time is the 13th of December, so that will be one day after the update. How about we do... Oh, 1 second. I'm so sorry, my chat has not been scrolling down, and I thought there was just nobody asking questions, but apparently I've been missing out on tons of chats. So sorry. That broke for a moment. Any augmentation designs that will increase damage to hunters specifically? Not that I know of right now. No, that's not something we're planning. I have close to 60 days on GZ. That's a lot of hours. 60 days. Oh, wow. Whew, I can't even imagine. That's a lot of commitment. I respect that. How many new names for companions? 21 new names, if I remember correctly. Of course, split up over the three categories of, title, prefix, and suffix. Ahoy, everyone. Hello, Steven. How's it going? Welcome. 45 minutes of Q&A and 15 minutes of gameplay. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to ask all the questions, and then I can do a little bit of gameplay. And then you can ask even more questions. It's exactly how I like it. But see, I'm trying to fight here, but the machines don't seem to... They don't seem to be around. Hello? I think they're taking some distance from me in respect for my Q&A session here, so I can take more time for talking. I had a bug where the farmlands and forest region wouldn't spawn base assault after creating a new world in slot 4. Ooh, that seems like a very specific bug. I think you would be best off if you created a thread on the forums, bug report section, about this, because as I said, this is very specific, so we would need all the possible information you could give us, and even your save file if possible, if you're on PC. That would be great for us to look into this. Is this the last stream for the month? No, absolutely not. We have one on the 13th, and then I think the one on the 20th will also take place. Maybe I'll invite some developers and we'll wear funny hats. Any replayability randomness features will be added. Well, we're not looking into random features at the moment. We are looking into new features. So we are planning to give you more reasons to play the game and to come back to the game. But that's not going to be random things. That's going to be all intentionally designed by us. Oh, look at this. Look at this one. Already sparking. I haven't even done anything. His weapon has fallen off. Aww. Poor guy. If you had a choice of weapons to be added, what would they be, Carney? That's a difficult question. For me, it would be the SG 550, which is a Swiss weapon. And actually the one that I used, the one I was in the Swiss army. So that is the weapon I would love to be added. Because a friend of mine who I met in the army also plays the game, and we could play with our rifles together. That would be a dream for me. So the SG 550, please start asking us for that weapon all over social media so I can have a reason to ask the devs to bump it up on the priority list. Why can't we type our companion's name? That is, yes, as you guessed correctly, that is because if you give people the option to be offensive to other players, some players will unfortunately take that option, and we don't want to give you that option. Not you specifically. I trust that you are a well-behaved citizen and co-op partner in this game. It's just that some people are not. But even so, there are a lot of fun names, and you can always suggest new names for us to add, and we'll gladly look into adding new ones. So if you have an idea, then please let us know. Poor guy, he says, before obliterating it. I haven't obliterated it yet. Oh, look, he's even... Oh, look, he's pregnant. Aww. Well, now I feel bad. Aw, let's take a screenshot of her. Look at him. Isn't he great? Oh no, I'm not gonna kill. Nah, I'm not gonna kill a pregnant tank. I'm gonna leave him alone. Johnny 5 would be a good name. Is that a reference? I don't think I've heard Johnny 5 anywhere. How about subtitles for the companion? Do you mean like cheerful noises? Happy beeps? Sad beeps? Or I suppose for the Astrid voice pack it would just be what it says. Is the Reaper boss fight part of a DLC? No, Sierra, no. The Reaper boss fight is part of the base game. There was some misconception about it because originally the way we had to deliver this content was through a DLC on Steam, but that DLC was free and it was automatically installed with the base game. And we have since moved all of that into the base game, but some of these DLCs still float around and cause some confusion. But it's very much part of the base game. The way you spawn a Reaper is by getting your region in the bottom right there to level 21, like I have right now. And then every rival that spawns has a chance to be the Reaper. Right now that's not possible because I'm already at 8 rivals, so I'll have to call one of those. But if you're under 8 rivals and at level 21 with the region, then every rival has a chance to be the Reaper. It's a robot from Short Circuit movie. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to watch that movie. So I ask again, what about the rest? Sorry, I must have missed then. Because I already replied to the randomness filters features that were not looking into random features. Did you not hear the question, or did I not understand the question correctly, Henblade? Will there be a Soviet boss in the game? I would love that, personally. I would absolutely love that. It's not, right now, I can't explicitly say we're planning on doing it. It is something that we're aware of that people want, and that we're, of course, considering for our plans for the future. But a lot of things about 2024 are still uncertain. We mostly have a general outline of how we're gonna do content, not exactly what it's gonna be yet, so there's still a lot of variables there. I'm not gonna give you a definitive answer on that right now. But know that we're aware that people want to see a Soviet Reaper and that we have some ideas of how we could do that if we did. Oh, there were multiple questions in the same message. I apologize. Please rebalance the weapons, clothes tabs. Oh yeah, UI overhaul, that is very much something that our lead designer, our lead UI artist, Rich, is very much invested in and that he wants to do at some point. So thank you for the feedback. Yes, absolutely. That's something that we want to do as well. Oh, Short Circuit came out in 1986. Well, then Johnny 5 would definitely be an appropriate name for the companion. I like that. Could there be an update that lets us craft lockpicks? Can we not craft lockpicks? That must be some Mandela effect thing. I was sure you could. Oh, there! Lockpick hairpin. There you go. No update needed. Ta-da! It is the third skill, or the third design in the equipment tab. So just craft a little bit of equipment and you will be able to unlock it. Cool. I want to be a UI artist when I grow up. That's a really cool thing. I love UI artists, and the way they work to provide the best user experience is absolutely beautiful. Definitely can recommend studying and getting a degree for that. Yes, we're gonna have some combat at last. Ah! Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna leave these ticks alone because I know there's a lot of them in there, and I'm gonna... See, they're all on the way. We can't have a stream without me shooting some things, so I'm just gonna shoot these things here. And then, oh, there's so many ticks. Okay, there's not many ticks left now, that's cool. Yes, give me all of that. Thank you. Oh. Ah, I was just looting. Yes, that mark skill is so good. Oh, I got something with 5 crowns. I didn't even see what it was. I think it was a 5 crown com 10, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't even properly notice that before I looted it. To get rid of the weapon. Oh no! Hello! Can you please not? I will be right back with chat after this brief intermission of me shooting the tank until it's dead. Chat, protect me. You stand no chance against my protection, chat. I really hope this tank's rocket launcher... Oh, it can definitely shoot in here. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna... Goodbye. The Invincible Gripen. Yes, thank you so much, Jet. Can y'all add some tactical emotes for multiplayer? What would you classify as a tactical emote, Ronnie? How would you... Ooh, look at that. How would you describe that exactly? Uh-oh. Look at that. It looks kind of cool, though. It looks... It looks so cool. Like an atom. Could do a very basic biology class on this model. I wonder if it is because the tank stepped out of the turret's field of view, and so it can't properly lock onto it anymore. That's interesting. Definitely, if anybody has any experience with this bug happening, I would be interested in hearing about it. Yes, cower. What happened with new vehicles and companions in future? I missed my tank and vehicle with 4 tires. No tank and no vehicle with 4 tires for now. We have a vehicle with 3 tires though. That's incoming in just 6 days. You can get the Flak Moped. A Swedish classic. Oh, don't concussion blast me, please. Thank you. Shoot you in the face for a bit. When they didn't harvest direct line of sight. Ah, okay, so that's definitely possible. I will bring this feedback. See, this is why it's important that we that we look at these bugs critically. Ooh, silencer. Hell yes. I'll take it all. Alright, which weapon did I get earlier? I think it was a Com 10. Yes, 5 crown Com 10. Cool. I think I already have one so we can use it for weapon parts, but that's always welcome. I will just go back to the safe house so I don't start another combat before we end stream. That's a bicycle, but okay. No, that's not a bicycle. That is a... Well, if anything, it's a tricycle, I would assume. Let's go back to Q&A. Here, you can see it. Emote that only works when near a wall, so the player can headbutt the wall in frustration with scrapping the wrong item. That would be a tactical emote, I agree. I do believe people continued to report us on the forums after the update was meant to fix it. I think the update did fix some causes for it. As I always mention, for the same thing to happen, there can be multiple causes, and when we fix those causes, yeah, we say, you know, we fixed this bug, but of course there can then still be different things that we didn't see. I will definitely pass on that if you lose line of sight, that it tends to happen though. Fix one cause, reveal more. Exactly. That's the fun of software development. Did we have any other questions that I missed? Any last ones before I head off for today, and we'll see each other next week? Can we get universal skins? Want to put camo on DLC guns? That would be cool. Yeah, I agree. That would be super nice. I will note it down. And ask about it. What happened with loadouts? Which loadouts do you mean, Sledge? What loadouts? It's already been an hour? Yes, it has been an hour, Mixu. I'm always surprised because it's always so much fun to talk about Generation Zero and what we're doing and what's going on that I forget time. Is there a schedule for the streams? Yes, Sarah, absolutely. It's every Wednesday at 4 p.m. CET. For reference, right now it's 5 p.m. CET, so an hour ago the stream started, and that's how it always is, every Wednesday. Unless, of course, it doesn't happen for some reason, and then we will announce that it doesn't happen on social media. Yes, universal camos would be nice to have, that's true. As far as I understand, it was hard to do universal camos, and the weapon specific ones were the ones that were realistic for us to do. You know, game development is always a compromise between what you want to do and what you can do. The radio mast where you get apocalypse schematic in the airfield is bugged. You get to the top and fall through the building itself. Yes, we've seen that report before. That is one we're definitely tracking. Okay, well, we're gonna end stream here. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you are as stoked for the 3-wheeled update coming on the 12th of December as I am, and that you all play it. And of course, buy the DLC, and of course, buy the Tick plushie, because it's almost fully funded by this point, and I'm super happy about it. And they will definitely be... I'm confident that we can reach the 100%. We're at 88% right now. And they'll be sent out next year, and they're so cute and so fluffy. I love them. All right, one last question. How does it work? Is it a mobile box? Does it have any more functions? Okay, very, very quick recap. This in the top right here is the Flock Moped that you get with the free update. It is literally a moped with a flatbed in the front. And on the flatbed, you can put your friends, or if you're imaginative, you can put some other stuff on there. Now, there is a DLC attached to this update that will give you more functionality in the Flock Mopeds. Here you can see the off-road Flock Moped. Here you can see the ramming flak moped, and this is the utility flak moped that has scrapping station, weapon storage, and augment slash crafting station. So that's all in there. These three are all part of the DLC that you can purchase for $6.99 when the update drops. It's called the Reinforced Flak Moped DLC. Very aptly named. That's a very quick rundown. Thank you all for stopping by, and I hope you had fun. I know I did. And we'll talk again next week. Bye-bye.